Hey everybody, welcome back to Kelvin Trading. In this video we're gonna do a little looks backsy, because I have been out of trading card games for a very long time, but now I'm getting back. I'm gonna play Commander again. I'm gonna dedicate myself again to have some fun playing Commander. So this is my first EDH deck profile. It will be Eddie Brock, but the better side of course is a Venom, so let's go through that. First off, Eddie Brock is a 2 and a black for a legendary creature, human hero villain. When Eddie Brock enters, return target creature card with mana value 1 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, so great recursion right there. For 3, a black, a red and a green, you can transform Eddie Brock. Activate only as a sorcery, but you can also just cast him for the mana value. And then it becomes a Venom Lethal Protector. Legendary creature, symbiote, hero, villain. So he doesn't know what he wants to do. He has Menace, Trample and Haste. Whenever Venom attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw X cards, then you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the sacrificed creature's mana value. So you can, from a basic land to a haymaker. So this is mainly the side you want to use, but maybe if early game something goes wrong, we can do this. Now I have one Planeswalker. It's Liliana Dreadhorde General, also because my daughter is named Liliana, is named after this one. It's Liliana Dreadhorde General. 4 black for a legendary Planeswalker Liliana, which has a static. Whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card, and believe me, they're gonna die constantly. Or you can uptick for 1, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, -4. Each player sacrifices 2 permanents. -9 will never happen. People will not let it happen. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control. Of each permanent type is sacrificed the rest. Then, for the creatures, we have Kingpin Wilson Fisk, 3 and a black, legendary creature, human villain, with Menace. Whenever you sacrifice Kingpin or another creature, create 2 treasure tokens. This ability triggers only once each turn. Next up, we have a Solemn Simulacrum. It's an artifact creature golem for 4 generic. When Solemn Simulacrum enters the battlefield, you may search your library for basic land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. When Solemn Simulacrum dies, you may draw a card. You don't have to, you may. And of course, Llanowar Elves, 1 green, creature elf druid, tap to add 1 green to your mana pool. Always good. Springbloom Druid, 2 and a green, creature elf druid. When Springbloom Druid enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a land. If you do, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Then we have Magus of the Order, 2 green, creature, human wizard, which has as an ability 1 green, tap, sacrifice Magus of the Order and another green creature, search your library for a green creature card and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Here we have Butcher of Malakir, 5 black, creature, vampire warrior, with flying. Whenever Butcher of Malakir or another creature you control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature. So that's crazy. Here we have Plaguecrafter, 2 and a black for a 3/2 creature, human shaman. When Plaguecrafter enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card. Okay, I see you. Then we have Burnished Heart, 3 generic for a 2/2 artifact creature elk. You can pay 3, sacrifice Burnished Heart, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. I don't know what you're gonna shuffle, your feet, maybe your deck, I don't know. You have to shuffle. Then we have Carnage, Crimson Chaos, 2 black and a red for a 4/3 legendary creature symbiote villain with trample. When Carnage enters, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains, this creature attacks each combat if able, and when this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it. Also, flavor. And I'm starting to notice I play a lot of legendary creatures. Tombstone Career Criminal, 2 and a black for a 2/2. Legendary creature, human villain. When Tombstone enters, return target villain card from your graveyard to your hand. Villain spells cost 1 less to cast. That's great. Then we have some payoffs. Blood Artist, 1 and a black for a 0/1 creature vampire. Whenever Blood Artist or another creature you control dies, target player loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. So, synergies. I like this one. Ulvenwald Oddity, 2 green for a 4/4 creature beast with trample haste. 5 green transform Ulvenwald. And why would you want to do that? Because you have to take it out of the sleeve every time. It becomes Ulvenwald Behemoth, creature beast horror. It's an 8/8. Trample, haste. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 and have trample and haste. So you see, this deck mainly wants to win by attacking. Like, wow, that's new. But the secondary win con are things like this and the Blood Artist. Huh? Let's go. Zulaport Cutthroat, 1 and a black for a 1/1 creature human rogue ally. Whenever Zulaport Cutthroat or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. You see? So you ping them, you hit them, and then you get angry. Here you have Anger, 3 and a red for a 2/2 creature incarnation with haste. As long as Anger is in your graveyard and you control a mountain, creatures you control have haste. So instant attacks. It's great. It's great. Here we have a Grendel, Spawn of Null, and we lose light. Well, what happened? Oh, let's see. Can we fix it? No, we can't. We have a Grendel, Spawn of Null. 3 in the black, 3/3 legendary creature, symbiote dragon villain with flying and death touch. Then we have Lizard Connor's Curse, 2 green for a 5/5 legendary creature, lizard villain with trample and lizard formula. When Lizard Connor's curse enters up to one other target creature loses all abilities and becomes a green lizard creature with base power of toughness 4/4. Sorry, foil, hard to read, but hard to read. Watch this one. Vran, Executioner Tane, 1 and a black for a 2/2 legendary creature, Phyrexian vampire. Whenever 1 or more other creatures you control die, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This ability triggers only once each turn. Do not fear death, fear failure. Nice, put that on a t-shirt. Ares, God of War, 1 black and a red for a 4/3 legendary creature. God Warrior Villain. Ares attacks each combat if able. Whenever an attacking creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand. That's quite powerful, right? You can see why people would want to do that. Then we have Judith, the Scourge Diva. 1 black and a red for a legendary creature, human shaman. It's a 2/2. Other creatures you control get +1/+0. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, Judith the Scourge Diva deals 1 damage to any target. So you can hit players, you can hit everybody. Then we have Mayhem Devil. For a 1 black and a red for a 3/3 creature devil. Whenever a player sacrifices permanent, Mayhem Devil deals 1 damage to any target. So once again, Then we have Bloodghast. Black for a 2/1 creature, vampire spirit. Bloodghast can block. Bloodghast has haste as long as an opponent has 10 life or less, but he has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Bloodghast from your graveyard to the battlefield. Great. Next up, Agent Venom. 2 and a black for a 2/3 legendary creature, symbiote soldier hero with flash, Menace. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you draw a card and lose 1 life. It's not a main ability, so be careful. Then we have Gwenom Remorseless. 3 black for a 4/4 legendary creature, symbiote spider hero with death touch, lifelink. Whenever Gwenom attacks until end of turn, you may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play cards from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. It's like cheating. One of the better cards in the deck, and guess what? It's another legendary creature. Delina Wildmage, 3 and a red for a 3/2 legendary creature, Elf Shaman. Whenever the Delina Wildmage attacks, choose target creature you control, then roll a d20. 1 to 14, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary. And it has exile this creature at the end of combat. 15 to 20, now we get crazy. Create one of those tokens, roll again. Sick value. Here we have Scorpion, Seething Striker, 3 and a black. 3/3, legendary creature, Scorpion, human villain, death touch. Of course, it's Scorpion. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, which will happen, target creature you control connives. You connive. Draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a +1/+1 on that creature. Okay, sick. Then we have Green Goblin Nemesis. 2 black and a red for a 3/3 legendary creature, Goblin human villain. With flying, whenever you discard a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on target goblin you control. Whenever you discard a land card, create a tapped treasure token. Venom. Venom, Deadly Devourer. 2 black and a green for a 4/4 legendary creature, symbiote villain with vigilance and Menace. Pay 3, exile target creature card from a graveyard. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on target symbiote, where X is the exiled card's toughness. So, okay. And everybody knows this one, of course. Etali Primal Storm. 4 red for a 6/6 legendary creature, Elder Dinosaurs. Whenever Etali Primal Storm attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. Then you may cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana cost. It's crazy value. Here we have Mina and then Wildborn. 2 red and a green for a 4/4 legendary creature, Elf Ally. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. That's it. That's why it's in the deck. Cultivate, 2 and a green for a sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, and put 1 onto the battlefield tab and the other into your hand. Then shuffle your library. We play Regrowth, 1 and a green, sorcery. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. We cheated. We have another Cultivate. This should be a 3 visits, so I have to change this one. Wow, my first deck profiles go insane already. Messed up the lighting, cheated in my own deck. So maybe comment down below. What was worse? The light breaking or having an illegal card in my deck because it should be a 3 visits? But tell me in the comments down below. Then next up we have Diabolic Intent. 1 and a black, sorcery. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle. Easy. Here we have Rise of the Dark Realm. 7 black for sorcery. Put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. And please have Anger in your graveyard and a Mountain. Because then it's lock your doors. They're coming. Some draw. Fateless Looting. 1 red for sorcery. Draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Flashback. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost. Then exile it, which is 2 and a red. And then you get victimized. 2 and a black. For a sorcery, choose up to 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tab. So recursion. It's all about recycle and killing and recycling, you know. It's like good. Good, I must reach. Like my deck is a stretch. 2 and a green for a sorcery, arcane. Search the library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards and put 1 onto the battlefield tab and the other into your hand. Then shuffle your library. So he clearly states what to shuffle. Then next up, what do we have here? We have Agonizing Remorse. Yes, that's a good one. 1 and a black sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. Or a card from the graveyard. Exile that card. Okay then. You lose 1 life. Then we have Rampant Grove. 1 and a green. Search the library for a basic land. Put it on the battlefield tab. Then shuffle. So again, with the feet again. You have to shuffle your feet. Harrow, 2 and a green for an instant as an additional cost. To cast a spell, sacrifice a land. Ooh, don't want to do that. But wait, there's more. Search the library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them on the battlefield. Then shuffle again. It's crazy how they shuffle in this game. Scorpion Sting. Another flavor win. 1 and a black for an instant. Target creature get -3/-3 until end of turn. I watch so many game nights that it's like target, you know, I'm gonna kill you, bug. Go for the throat. 1 and a black for an instant. Destroy target non-artifact creature. Plain and simple. Village Rites. 1 black instant as an additional cost to cast a spell. Sacrifice a creature. Draw 2 cards. Amazing. Best part of Magic. 2 times. Return of the Wildspeaker. 4 and a green for an instant. Choose 1. Draw cards equal to the graded power among non-human creatures you control. Or non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn. And the curse is broken. Double Trouble. Yep. 4 and a red. Double the power of each creature you control until end of turn. It's like everyone's dead now. It's done. We done. Crozen Grip, 2 and a green, split second, so nobody can stop it. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Easy mode. Obscuring Haze, 2 and a green for an instant. If you control a command, you may cast the spell without paying its mana cost. Prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures your opponent controls. That's nice. That's not your own creatures, but that's nice. Also, sometimes you have to save yourself. Heroic Intervention, 1 and a green, instant. Permanent you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. That's cool. Abrade, 1 and a red for an instant. Abrade deals 3 damage to target creature. Destroy target artifact. Crazy. Dark Ritual, 1 black, instant. Add 3 black. Self-explanatory. River Tears Ascendancy, 1 black, red, green. Enchantment. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, you may turn target creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard from the battlefield to the battlefield tab. Do this only once each turn. Maximum Carnage. We have like a comic book here now. 4 and a red. Step 1. Until your next turn, each creature attacks. Each combat if able and attacks a player other than you if able. Great. Step 2, add 3 red. Step 3, this saga deals 5 damage to each opponent. Oh, fun card. Fur. 2 and a red for an enchantment. Creatures you control have haste. But we also have sneak attack. 3 and a red for an enchantment. Pay 1 red, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That creature gains haste. Sacrifice the creature at the beginning of the next end step. Rhythm of the Wild. 1 red-green enchantment. Creatures you control can be counter creature spells. Non-token creatures you control have hired. They enter the battlefield with either haste or a +1/+1 counter. Underground Recon. 1 and a green for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Garruk's Uprising. 2 and a green for an enchantment. When Garruk's Uprising enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. The Reaver Cleaver. 2 and a red for legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature get +1/+1 and has trample. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, create that many treasure tokens. So that's crazy. Oh yeah, here you have fun WinCon. 4 Sword. 1 black artifact equipment. Equipped creature has +1 and 0 and has dead touch. But for 5, triple black, until end of turn, 4 Sword gains whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player. That player loses the game. Equip cost 2 black. This one I just like. It goes with the goblin. Pumpkin Bombs. 1 and a red artifact. Tap. Discard 2 cards. Draw 3 cards. Then put a fuse counter on this artifact. It deals damage equal to the number of fuse counters on it to target opponent. They gain control of this artifact. So it's like, well, who's holding the bomb? Who's holding? See what I did there? Arcane Signet. 2 artifact. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. There we have a Soul Ring for 1 artifact. Tap, add, double. Lightning Greaves for 2 artifact equipment. Equipped creature has haste and shroud. Equip cost 0. Now we get to the final stages. We're almost there. Here we have Vault of Whispers. It's an artifact land. Add black. There we have Temple of Malady. Enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters Scry 1, it adds black or green. Then we have Game Trail. And as it enters, you may reveal a mountain or a forest from your hand. If you don't, it enters tapped. Orrery Vastwood enters tapped, but can also tap. And it puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature green creature that enters the battlefield this turn. So you can use it late game to pump things up. Dragon Skull Summit enters tapped unless you control a swamp or a mountain. Cinderglade enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Raging Ravine enters tapped. You can tap it for red or green. 2 red and a green. Until end of turn, Raging Ravine becomes a 3/3 red-green elemental creature with whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's still a land. Temple of Abandon enters tapped. Scry 1. This one I like. Restless Cottage. It enters tap, but it can tap for black or green. And for 2 black and green, Restless Cottage becomes a 4/4 black and green horror creature until end of turn. It's still a land. Whenever it attacks, create a food token and exile 1 card from a graveyard. To fix colors, we have Urberg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Legendary land. Each land is a swamp in addition to its other land types. Then we have a Reliquary Tower. You have no maximum hand size. Add generic. Command Tower. Add 1 of any color in your commander's color identity. Golgari Rot Form. Enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters, return a land you control to its owner's hand. It taps for black and green. Black and green. Luxury Suite. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. So don't play it late game. Lair of the Hydra. Land. If you control two or more lands, Lair of the Hydra enters that. And you can make it a big Hydra. Terramorphic Expand. Sacrifice Terramorphic Expand. Search a library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tab. Then shuffle your library. Then we also have these nice. We played 3, 6, 7 swamps. Ooh, we have some nice Pokemon foil forest. 3, 5 forests. 3, 6 mountains. There you have it. That was my Eddie Brock in-depth deck profile. Well, I will be making more deck tech videos. The mistake. But I will also do like mailbag days whenever new cards come in or collections come in, so we can watch it together, have some fun, and stick with me because we are going to build a nice Commander collection. So, peace out.